Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and it's been more than 2 months, I think, since I did a commander's briefing. I myself also get confused by the number of a series that I have, because I keep changing the names here and there. So anyway, the commander's briefing is basically me going through some of this Twitter stuff, the things, the stuff I see on Twitter, then just chit chat, talk about it, my opinions and the things that I see, because sometimes it's just not possible to cover every single thing that's happening around the world, and I think this is just an easy way to to talk about stuff. Anyway, scrolling down, of course, the SIPREP is already out for the Ukraine war, so you may want to watch it if you are interested in the Ukraine war. So there is this interesting statement coming out from NATO. NATO Secretary General say that NATO military assistance to Kiev doesn't make the entire alliance a party to the conflict, which arguably, maybe, I'm not sure. it, I mean, if you just sell arms, sell military stuff, is one thing. If you start to provide satellite imagery, maybe that's another thing. But if, let's say, you start to provide personnel to do coordination, aiming, planning, fire the rockets, providing additional signal intelligence, electronic warfare and whatnot, then you're part of the war. But of course, it's unclear how far NATO is helping Ukraine. So it is what it is. So yeah, Singapore lately there's this mural that was drawn of the Samsui woman. Not important, just some work shit that is happening in Singapore that I'm just ranting about. So this is actually a rehabilitated Twitter account that I have. It used to be covering. It used to be part of another brand that I use to talk about the U.S. politics, conspiracy theories and whatnot. Before DPA's YouTube channel blew up, that is the main YouTube channel I was operating on, and so I renamed it to my full name. Basically, this is just to act as a personal public-facing account. You may follow me over here. So in the event that one day Defense Politics Asia, the Twitter account, I have a team to operate it and run it, then I will be using this account as the main account for me to rant. Basically, I will rant a lot. So I like to rant. So so one of this breaking news coming from posted by Mario Naufa. He sourced it from Raw Global. Basically, there was this traffic accident seemingly. A driver crashed into two motorcycles, the police motorcycles that is escorting Viktor Orban's motorcade through Stuttgart. And one of these officers died, and another one seriously injured after apparently the BMW driver failed to notice road closure for the convoy. Sounds, yeah. It's really sus. It feels really suspicious. That's why I know I put it like sus, no sus, no. It's very suspicious, very weird. It reminds me of the assassination thingy of the Slovakia president. Is it prime minister? I forgot his rank. Forgot his appointment. So yeah, it gave me the kind of vibe. I mean, like the number of weird stuff happening, around pro-Russia, so-called pro-Russia leaders, a bit disturbing. Maybe this is just a coincidence, but no, still. And the British have came up with a new advertisement, and this time around, this advertisement is very proper. It's not woke. This doesn't push for diversity. All the soldiers are white, or mostly white. Seemingly, I can't really tell. And they are evacuating people from somewhere. And the somewhere is called You Belong Here. And there's a lot of smoke behind the scene. And of course, this terrain reminds me a little bit of Ukraine. reminds me a little bit of Ukraine, like forest line far away, big patches of farmland. Of course, the people looks very mixed. They look, some are white, some look like they are from the Caucasus, like Eastern, like Georgian, maybe. I'm not sure. So this, yeah, but no. As a result, of this, improve advertisement. Now I feel very triggered by the lack of diversity. Where is the no the moment where they allow the Muslim or soldiers to go and pray? What if they need to pray at this very moment? Would they pray or would they do the operation? I'm not sure. So but no, of course I'm just being sarcastic, but the fact that there was even a woke advertisement just triggers me no end. I just don't like it. And it's also interesting is this operation. There's some comments which is very funny. So Bad Wolf 66 asks, what are they running away from? Hypersonic missiles, Fab 9000, Chinese killer robots. Then I simply replied, woke civil war. That so the British Army have now picked a side. So guess which side the British Army picked. So it's actually a civil war in UK where the two opposing forces of two opposing cultures battling out. So yeah, so you belong here. So yeah, just some random stuff. So also this was just like what I mentioned just now about my new personal account that is going to be more is public facing, and I have actually another personal account that was actually very old. That is since 2009. That account, I removed everything political about it. I unfollowed everyone that is political. I want to keep that non-politics. It's just football and design and business related. So this one will be more, I can talk about politics and work stuff and whatnot. So that just to prepare for the future. Of course, I don't think it's anytime soon now, given the trajectory of the revenues and everything. So it will take some time. So so there is some volcano some amazing footage of the volcano lightning, and the lightning goes opposite direction. Instead from coming from the sky, it comes from the volcano upwards. So I just thought is very epic. So very very cool. Reminds me of Sauron. And Jatos Int, which is a Indonesian Indonesian defense related OSINT, basically shared this SA2 missile that is being painted. So this one is just a display. This is not active use anymore. So this was previously used by the Indonesians, and now they do not use this anymore. Now they use NASAM. So this was used previously to protect the Jakarta airspace, and now it's just an exhibit. Singapore have a similar one, but ours is not NASAM. We also use it for ours is not the Soviet one, not SA2. Ours is the British one. Also very huge surface to air missile system that is also being displayed. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, off my head I can't remember. So Armchair Warlord mentioned about this Israeli is now seriously considering invading Lebanon, and I think this is one of the big major issues. I haven't covered it in the video on its own because everything is very vague. It's just a lot of rumors. The IDF has launched some artillery strike. They use trebuchets, arrows to start fire in the grassland. It's like ridiculous, but no, there is still no indication that they're gonna go into invasion yet. They fired some cluster munitions and whatnot. They are struggling. I think Israel is struggling to deal with Hezbollah. And not that they can't defeat Hezbollah militarily. Of course, they could if they are willing to take the losses. But it's just a matter of like Hezbollah is just shelling the northern part of Israel. Israel, in the early part of the war, decided to evacuate the people. and I'm not sure if they are back yet. Because the evacuation was done for so long. People was complaining like, when can they actually go home, and I got a feeling that they are still not home yet. No, they're still unable to go home because Hezbollah is still shelling the northern part of Israel. So Israel is now, of course, seriously considering to take out the Hezbollah, but the problem is they can't even take out Hamas, and I think this is a big issue. Like, if you can't defeat Hamas, how are you going to defeat Hezbollah, which is a much bigger organization, entrenched in a much bigger terrain and theater. So, and then with open borders with Syria, that they can actually send in the reinforcement from Iran and ISIS. I don't think ISIS is with them though. I mean, ISIS is with the Americans. But it's just not good. If Israel really wants to go for Lebanon, I think they should finish their Gaza war first. So, but now it's just bad. So, Armchair Warlord says that Hezbollah has already a generation worth of digging in and training and recruitment, and they are already very powerful in 2006. So, by this point, he believed that they are near peer combat capability. So Hamas built its arsenal in basement. Hezbollah have a direct supply line to Iran and now Russia, which I did mention. I'm not sure Hezbollah have a links to Russia. I'm not sure. Links to Iran for sure. To Russia, I'm not so sure because Russia don't really like Islamic militancy. So because they have their own Chechen war experience, I don't think they would fund or support any Islamic militants. So this is what I don't think is true or likely. So IDF have not adapted well to the drone war. I don't think any country can adapt well to the drone war at all. It's just too new and it's just too deadly. And Hezbollah have a lot of drones. So lately there is some reconnaissance flight videos being shown of Hezbollah filming Israeli installations, military installations. So it is shocking that all this drone footage appeared and the drones were not shot down. And I think this is a similar shock when this happened to Taiwan. When China flew the drones into Taiwan, they flew over to Kinmen. Kinmen is actually the island just opposite, I believe, Xiamen. And it's actually just next to the mainland China. It's actually not near the Taiwan island. It's actually just next to the mainland, which is Taiwanese controlled. The drones flew in and the soldiers have no idea what to do with it. They have no protocols, they have no training to deal with just a simple surveillance drone. So South Korea also faced the same problem. China flew, I think China or North Korea, I think it's China. China flew some supersonic drones over South Korea, and South Korea have nothing, they can't do anything about it. So, and then of course we have the balloon incident that flew over United States, and United States have to send a F-22 to shoot it down. So is all these abnormal, unconventional weapons that has appeared into the modern day front lines or modern day theaters or battle space is very disturbing for sure. I think most countries can't deal with it. So, and then of course they talk about the Israeli troops and society is very exhausted, not enough ammunition due to the battles in Gaza Strip, which honestly I'm not sure if that's really the case. Of course, Israel has been very aggressive in the way how they spent their ammunition, but I think they should have more, because you can't possibly just have enough to fight for Gaza Strip. I'm quite sure they have more to deal with a much bigger conventional war with a conventional army, but Israel don't have conventional enemies. That's the main problem right now. And Netanyahu, is still, very in the war footing. So Armchair Warlord basically condemns this possibility for success. He cannot see a possibility that Israel can get any success with Hezbollah. And I also echoes the same situation, because if they cannot clear out Hamas, then I don't think they can do much with Hezbollah, unless, there's always an unless, you go the Mongol style, you go Nazi style, you just kill everyone that you see. You have to exterminate the population, like the Mongols did. Even for many of the empires of the past, that's the way you destroy and totally subjugate massive big populations or empires or kingdoms. And unless Israel dares to go into that kind of medieval era kind of mindset, they are not going to get success in the modern way of thinking. With modern, we are very, I want to say woke, but it's not woke. But you have to be politically correct. You cannot just kill anyone that you want to kill. You have to minimize civilian casualties, and in this respect, Israel is not going to get their military success because they are not fighting a conventional army. So that is the main problem. So yeah, and of course the way they operated have not really do much to make people feel to be on their side. Dagestan also is very lucky, I would say, to be on the A330 MRTT, able to witness the air refueling demonstration by the Dassault Rafale above the Indian Ocean. I'm not sure how they get access. Fantastic. So this is part of the exercise, I think. Pegasus 2022. This is the old one. Yeah, this is the old one. It's 2022. So it's the old footage, but it's still very, very cool. And I think Indonesia is buying this plane, right? I think so. So and there's a big major news coming out from Myanmar. Myanmar, the Arakan Army, AA is Arakan Army, have captured the Tandwe airport, and this is the first ever time a resistance or rebellion group managed to capture a airport. And according to this tweet, they say that 2 of the jets were also captured by the Arakan Army, and the Tandwe airport is is the primary airport to travel to Myanmar's Nyapali beach. So this Tandwe airport. So very, very significant situation. And as you can see, the number of forests around and the mountainous relief. Clearly, you need quite a number of infantry troops to defend such an airport in such a position. And the Arakan region, the Rakhine region, is one of the parts where the junta, the Burmese junta, struggles with, because the Arakan army, seems to be not their primary concern, and they have unwittingly allows the Arakan army to sink down its roots and become stronger and stronger, to the point where now I don't think they can defeat the Arakan army easily. Anyway, in the Rakhine, it's quite serious. The rebellion actually even set up their own government and whatnot. So it is a formidable foe, and to capture an airport is a huge gain. But of course, this is based on this tweet by Nicholas. So I should follow, and so we will definitely continue to see how this develops. But this is an ongoing trend of the junta starting to lose ground, more and more ground. Losing an airport is just way too big of a thing. So of course, Frontline Changes report is already out for a long time already. So there, Mario Naufal also posted this. This breaking news is from Reuters, saying that now the prosecutors are now recommending the DOJ, the Department of Justice of the United States, to criminally charge Boeing. So the prosecutors are now alleging that the company has violated a 2021 settlement related to 2 737 MAX crashes, and now they have to decide whether to charge. The crash victims are pushing for a 25 billion fine and criminal prosecution. The previous settlement have shielded them from fraud charge, and I think they cannot be prosecuted, I think, criminally, I think. Yeah, 2.5 billion settlement and compliance overshield shielded from fraud charge. Yeah, so they cannot be charged previously. But I think that now they're trying to revert this. Things are get very bad for Boeing. There's a lot of bad news coming out. A lot of the things is to do with like corruption or complacency due to the lack of know-how and knowledge and whatnot. So a lot of things happening. I'm not very familiar with this subject because yeah, I'm not flying anytime soon. So so that is there's a weird excuse to ignore it. So and yeah, so this was one of this tweet that I done in January, where I questioned because you can see the soldier is running, the drone was just following him, and basically in the merry-go-round is horrible. So I asked, why would you even fight a modern war as an infantry when drones are now homing grenades? But I bet that let me pause the video. Oops. But I bet that similar things has been said 100 years ago when the musket was first invented, when everybody's using swords and shields and arrows and bows and so now, and then we went from musket to machine guns. Now the drones that we're seeing now is just the beginning. It's just the musket. I cannot imagine drones in the machine gun era. So I'm just saying, the war, the battlefield is going to get more and more scary as we move along. So of course, DPA Open Mic, episode 84, one around a day ago, we have done a 6-hour stream, and you can watch it in of course in Twitter. You can also watch it on Twitch, on Rumble and YouTube, on the Open Mic channel on Rumble and YouTube. So it's a lot of fantastic discussion. Even though the thumbnail is about Philippines and China, we talk nothing about South China Sea. So this is very normal. On Open Mic, we never talk about the title or the thumbnail. We always talk about everything else. So yeah, I think one of the biggest, longest discussion is about illegal immigrants, and or immigration problems. Particularly in Europe. So we even have a refugee, coming on from that is now based in United Kingdom. Previously, is from Sudan, from Khartoum, which is currently in the major civil war. So and he shared stuff, about his experience, and to debunk perceptions, and I think it's brilliant. I think this is what the Open Mic is really meant to allow us to shift our paradigm, because everybody can share their opinions and we can not get duped by the mainstream media or the fake news or any propaganda that want us to move in a certain direction. So this is important. So, and of course there is this major terrorist attack in the Dagestan in Russia. So so there's no point to talk about the details. The conclusion was that all the terrorists were killed, and a lot of security officers were killed in the process. I saw someone on Twitter calculated that it's a 3-to-1 ratio, that the terrorists actually managed to kill 3 for each of their fighters or terrorists that died. So it's actually a terrible number, and some questioned, I believe I think it's Raiba or something. So or some pro-Russian Telegram channel. So they question, did this security officer, do they even train, to really deal with security situations? So this is some very major thing happened in Russia, but of course in the grand scale of the things in the macro geopolitics, it's not that important per se. I mean, terrorist attack do happen from time to time. So what is this about? So this is Southeast Asia become a global human trafficking crisis with millions of victims both in the cyber scam centers and as targets, says the Interpol Secretary General. So Beijing's crackdown is one of the major effects on the scam industry. The operations are ranked by ethnic Chinese gangs. Researchers and rescuers say that they are now targeting English speakers, including Americans, over Chinese victims to avoid Beijing's wrath. So I can share a bit about this thing. So there is a famous situation. There's a famous story, which is real. The Singaporeans, there are Singaporeans that are adopted in Thailand. I think it's Singaporean, or maybe someone is Malaysian, but nevertheless it's the same. People are getting adopted in Thailand and some other countries, and they are being adopted and then forced to operate in these scam call centers, and they are not allowed to leave. The place is locked down like a prison. They have guards, and many of these people never left. Maybe they got killed off and something. So very, very serious situation that is run by the gangs. And China is cracking down on this because the Chinese citizen, a lot of Chinese citizens actually got adopted or into this kind of operation a lot. So the China is now cracking down, and it seems like, based on this tweet, it seems like they are now avoiding Chinese people to try to target English speaking, to try to change their target market. And recently in Singapore, there is this new scam trend, and millions of dollars has been lost into this scam operation. Is this scam calls that I also experienced myself. I also answered the call at least two, 3 times. The last one was just this, like yesterday or today, where Malaysian speaking people. So previously the one that was almost, it can't possibly scam me, but the previous one was just the person called and tried to make you think that you know this person. So it was a Malaysian guy, and they try to make you think, hey, do you still remember me? Do you recognize my voice? And then you can say whatever name. They will say, yes, I'm this name. They will write it down, and they will assume this new character. And the aim is to scam your money. They'll get you to transfer money to a certain account, and then scam your money. And according to my friend, my best friend, he said that someone he knows actually got scammed. They thought that the person was actually his mechanic. Then coincidentally, the one that's trying to scam me also tried to impersonate my mechanic. So it's a very serious situation. It came out of nowhere. Suddenly it just appeared, and the Singapore police actually warned about this thing. But by then, millions of dollars has been lost. So it's totally new scam. And because in Singapore, a lot of people, everyone have Malaysian friends. So they have Chinese speaking Malaysians, but they Malaysian Chinese speak with a Malaysian accent. So we'll always relate to certain people that maybe we know. So this is how they managed to get through. The last one they called was a female. The moment I heard the Malaysian accent, hey, do you still remember me? I just I just turned off the phone because I was like, what the hell, man? And she never called back. So clearly it's a scam. And maybe this is the same kind of thing. Maybe this is the same operation, the same scam operation that is maybe operated somewhere overseas, and they managed to use some technological magic to to divert the call in a way that they are able to simulate calling from Singapore. So it is some high-tech crime, and very, very scary. That I'm surprised that the Singapore police still have not captured these people, because no phone numbers are pegged to people, to the identities. Our phone numbers nowadays are pegged to identity cards, identity numbers in Singapore right now. So gangs and illegal activities now, they use people who owe money to some loan sharks, then try to use their identity to buy to get SIM cards and whatnot. So a lot of gang stuff, and I think this is interesting phenomenon. So for those people, if you're overseas, you're coming to the Southeast Asia, especially Thailand, Malaysia. Malaysia maybe not that bad, but Thailand is particularly dangerous because Thailand borders Myanmar, and if they adopted you and sent you all the way to the countryside, you're gone, man. You're gone. The story that I heard, the person managed to escape, or no, he actually reacted to a job employment employment post. He was looking for a job, and then he actually flew over, thinking that he's going to get a job over in Thailand or something. Then end up he got smuggled, he got like adopted, and then he become enslaved. So just be careful. So far though, this from my understanding seems to be based in Thailand, Myanmar, particularly Myanmar border with China. So those are the main ones that is targeting the Chinese. So they may be moving south. So just take note. Just be careful when it comes to Southeast Asia. Don't follow anyone, to mysterious places. Then we are 30 minutes in, so I think I can wrap it up very soon. So you can see there's a new footage. This is news footage around less than 24 hours ago. Israeli, firing this cluster munition thingy, fire thingy, to start fires, because the aim of the Israeli now is try to start fires to drive the Hezbollah fighters away from the border. So this is something that they're trying to do. So and of course there's this Sevastopol strike. I've covered this in the situation report, and based on the statements from the Russian Defense Ministry as mentioned, this is likely to be to be just an accident, if you ask me. So if you didn't watch the sit rep, the Russian Defense Ministry in their Russian Telegram channel actually initially posted saying that they actually intercepted 4 of these attack AIMS missiles, with cluster munition warheads. So, but the last one actually was affected by the air defense system and actually flew off course, and they exploded over the civilian areas in Sevastopol. So my position is that this is not a deliberate strike on the beach. However, the Russians are now making full use of this and say that the Ukrainians deliberately attack civilians on the beach. And I urge people to not be emotionally stirred by something like this, especially if you're pro-Russian, because it's a war. People die, and the Ukrainians suffered very similar things more times than the Russians did. Is clearly, of course, Belgorod is an ongoing issue, but ultimately it's a war. This is what happens. Way worse things have happened in war. So just read history, like World War II and whatnot. So anyway, not going too far. I think 24 hours is far along. And so that's it. So this is the commander's briefing of the shit that happened over the past 24 hours. Do press the like button, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next update.